If your interest in VR is anything like mine, you've probably been suffocated with Bonelab content since they announced its release date about a week ago. So I'd like to start by saying thank you, because instead of watching a guy with editing skill and a good microphone play Bonelab, you're watching a shifty seagull named Rabo questionably commentate effectively the same thing. Obviously major spoilers for the game, but let's get right into it. I start the game in a customization thing where I select my body type, height and shirt size, and the game shows me that I am this handsome fella with the bag on his head. I'm sure he wears the bag for cosmetic reasons only, but before I can give that enough thought, a noose flies in my direction. It's alright for YouTube though, because it's just a public execution, aka a bit of harmless fun. In a show of dominance, this woman throws a torch down the hole I'm standing over to show me that yeah, nah mate, you aren't surviving that one. They then start dropping the supports for the platform I'm standing on, and yeah, needless to say, I'm not really into it. Suddenly a knife appears and a voice calls to me to take it and cut the rope. I do this and survive the fall because I bent my legs at just the right time or something. Baghead man has got some serious skill. Now I'm in a dungeon that teaches me the basics of being a normal person, while also attempting to kill me by straining my cardiovascular health. Then, in a transition smoother than in Microsoft PowerPoint, we enter the sterile environment of MythOS. If you don't know the lore of the franchise, keep it that way and you might touch grass sometime. Anyway, I keep moving through, finding pans and a crablet that is posted on a barrel before I stumble across my first gun with some family-friendly rainbow effects on it. The next room has a null body standing in a motionless trance state, disconnected from the carnage that had apparently unfolded moments ago. I put him down with the Glock and his buddies wake up. This was more of a surprise than when I heard that this game was going to change VR forever for only the 4th time. I keep moving forward, encountering those horizontal escalators you find in airports and a wooden hut before I climb through a vent, jump down a hole and wind up in an active combat situation. I snag an MP5K before going full Bravo 6 because the only thing worse than getting shot is using the sights on a weapon with a laser on it, I guess. I walk up the downward moving escalator because exercise is important, and I make it onto a corridor. On the other end is an elevator, so I hop in, and it swings around a bit before the cable snaps, sending me all the way to the ground floor. Fortunately, even though my traversal is down, my health insurance is up. So yeah, we've made it into the actual name of the game, but this video is only 3 minutes long so far, and we have to press on. If only I made uninspired playthrough content, but anyway, I try out a couple of the modes, including the sandbox, arena, parkour, tag trials and experimental, where I'm about as good as bowling there as I am in real life. After slacking around for a while, I eventually move these orbs around to unlock a containment zone door. It's all very hacker iPhone 360 Optimus Prime refresh rate quantum mechanics. Anyway, after a few airlocks, I have to stop a fan from rotating so I can walk through it without causing damage to public property. There's an empty video game studio which is sat in a pool for some reason, and yeah, it's kind of cool. I have to open a hatch so that I can lower a crane to open another hatch, but when I jumped down I forgot to bring the thing that could control the crane to open the hatch. I spend about 5 minutes trying to exit the pool, even trying to shoot myself to get out at one point, but eventually I get it together and go to meet the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turns out we are actually in a sewer of some kind, and there's a lot of enemies around. I borrow a Glock and take them out, and I also find a very polygonal looking ball with eyes. Speaking of balls, I use one to press a big button on the wall to open a gate which leads to yet another physics puzzle. Thanks devs, very cool. I stumble across and also over the edge of a slip and slide because it was tactically placed right behind a door with no windows. I don't think Bob the Builder can fix that major design flaw, but even better, it leads into imminent danger, which is bad because all I have is the Glock I borrowed. Telling people that you want to borrow something is great because you can keep it forever and not risk the stability of your friendships. I also borrow a trash can lid to protect myself from the bullets raining in, and eventually the evil was defeated. After the last physics puzzle of the area, I end up finding an MK18 with a hollow sight and a lot of reasons to start using it immediately. I use a long line of balls as cover from a turret, which looks a lot cooler than it sounds, and I fling myself down a pipe into a pit where some cheeky fellas try to give me a slap on my jawline. For some reason, instead of using the Second Amendment like a good Christian boy, I end up fighting them with my bare hands. Say what you will about the melee in this game, but don't diss these hands or I will come to your house. Anyway, you know how I said that the other physics puzzle was the last one? I lied, but this one is a shooting section as well. Like, goddamn, that's some crazy innovation right there. After another quick shooting section, I'm in the next area, which looks to be a theme park. I learn how to sit in the seats and also how to shoot the gun that is on the minecart. I get to enjoy a nice relaxing roller coaster ride, just getting the rails break and I'm flung into the literal void. That's all. I will make a part 2 that finishes the game, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do because I'm trying to hit 100 subs by the end of the month. Thanks for watching.